Hi you guys, it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with another weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that really supports your health and wellness. This week, we're going to be going through a Danish concept called Hygge. This is the idea of creating an indoor space that is really welcoming, warm, cozy, but I'm going to give it my Healthy House spin. So we're going to talk about how you can use these concepts in your own home and how you can really create an indoor environment around this idea. I love this idea. It is kind of a parallel to minimalism because you're really being intentional with what is being brought into your space. So I'm going to take you through some slides that will break down this week's blog post and give you an idea of how you can incorporate these ideas into your own home. If you are someone who likes to read the blog post, click the links, and really take your time going through it, I would encourage you to go to this week's blog post that I have linked at the bottom of the video description. Otherwise, let's get started. So this word Hygge is a Danish term that essentially means togetherness, comfort, well-being, essentially that good feeling that you get when you're both content and cozy in a space. And even before this term was around, I personally always had a love for the style and concepts from my Norwegian roots. The simplistic style paired with cozy, comforting elements. This is the whole idea. In Minnesota, there are plenty of Scandinavian stores and shops that have all the elements of a Hygge house. So to me, this idea wasn't that far from a norm, but as I looked into what this was and how to incorporate it into my own home, I realized that there's more to it than just a few style choices. I realized that Hygge is not only a style, but more of a way of life. It's like creating your home to be an extension of the comfort and happiness inside. And I think ultimately their Hygge concept is one of simplicity and slowing down, which in our world can be much easier said than done. But in a way, it goes a little hand in hand with minimalism. The only difference is that instead of creating a space based solely on functional elements, you're creating a welcoming environment that focuses on meaningful elements. The Hygge concept can really help create a healthier space at home by incorporating a few of the key practices and elements into your space. It's a great way to enjoy your home during these winter months when you're spending more and more time indoors. So let's take a look at what is Hygge. Hygge is really a space that makes you happy. It's a term that reflects the idea of a cozy and welcoming space. I think it means creating a space that you just want to be in. There's so many elements of the Hygge concept that are very tactile and noticeable to our senses. Scents, visual elements, music, soft textiles. These are all ways that we can help ourselves focus on the present moment. And I truly think that this is why the idea of Hygge gets so much praise. Ultimately, it helps us be present in the moment and in a space that we're in. It reminds us to enjoy our surroundings without worrying much about the present or about the future or the past, but staying in the present. Using your senses helps you stay in that present, which is comforting. Hygge is essentially creating a space that gives you a hug and makes you feel warm and cozy inside. I think one of the ways that can work for a healthy home as well is that many of the elements brought in are not only carefully and thoughtfully chosen, but many times they are natural materials as well. So think natural wood, organic wool, ceramics, glass, and cotton. These are the elements that I talk about most often. Hygge is also keeping what is meaningful to you and removing anything that doesn't feel inviting. I think we all know exactly what this means. We keep things in our homes that have either no purpose or meaning, and these end up being cluttered spaces in our house. They hold on to toxic dust, and they create a space that doesn't make us feel good. And believe it or not, a home that is healthy also has to do with the feelings that you get upon entering the space. A space that contains very few toxins, has low humidity levels and a lot of fresh air, and is a space that makes you feel good inside is the exact combination that we are looking for. So let's take a look at some of these concepts that are inspired by Hygge. The first one is going to be ambient and natural lighting. So bright overhead lights are a no-no when it comes to Hygge homes. During the day, natural light from open shades is the perfect way to brighten your home. This is a selling point to me with my current home. I'm a lover of natural light and I absolutely cannot get enough of it. When it gets dark outside, which in these winter months is much more, it means using ambient lighting or lighting that has a soft glow and warm tint to it. You want to stay away from LED lights, light from electronics, and bright lights, which often emit more dirty electricity and contribute to EMFs within your home space. And I have a blog post linked for you discussing just that in this week's blog post. Healthy lighting can be tricky sometimes. One thing to avoid is dimmers. Although they do give that nice cozy feel, they are notorious for producing large amounts of EMFs and EMRs in your space. An incandescent light bulb is best as it's the healthiest option and usually gives off that warm glow. The second concept is a neutral but warm palette. So keeping walls painted a neutral color, but make sure it's in a warm tone. Neutral colors often have fewer pigments and dyes within the paint, which means it's actually a less toxic option than painting your room a bright or bold color. Zero VOC paint in a neutral color is the best option for your healthy space. A warm palette also includes a lot of natural wood elements, so you can go more natural in this way as well. Choosing wood tones over materials like plastic or medium density fiberboard keeps VOC toxins like formaldehyde out of your space. Natural wood is not only a more beautiful option, but it is such a great way to ensure plastics and vinyls stay out of your home. Plastic toxins are a big contributor to endocrine disruption and can negatively affect the indoor environment of our homes. The next idea is that in general, less is better. While Hygge is not exactly minimalism, it does embrace the idea that you should really focus on a few key items that bring you joy and comfort. I love this concept because honestly, I've come to realize that the more stuff you have, the more toxins you generally have. Very few things we bring into our home are completely toxin-free, and so by keeping it to only the things we love, you can eliminate unnecessary toxins. The other reason I love having fewer items in our space is that there are fewer places for dust to collect. And one thing that we know about dust is that it really is filled with a lot of toxins. The next idea is fresh air. So because Hygge has so much to do with your home and how it feels, letting fresh air in on a regular basis is key. Not only does it make your home feel fresh, but it's also a way that you can reduce toxins in your home through natural ventilation. Toxins need a chance to escape our house and space regularly. And in the same breath, our homes also need fresh air to dilute what's left inside as far as toxins go. So bringing in fresh air on a regular basis throughout the day is definitely the way to do this. And then the last concept is natural textiles. So natural textiles that meet some sort of third-party standards such as GOTS or Oeko-Tex or certified organic are great textiles to bring into your space. Other fabrics and materials can not only bring in pesticides, but they can also bring in other toxins like flame retardants and PFOAs. So 100% natural cotton, natural wool, or a blend of linen is a great option for blankets and pillows. And you can also take a look at my website for some recommendations on some healthy rugs. So let's take a look at some ideas for your home. First, we'll just kind of go off of what we were just talking about, natural textiles. So like I said, organic cotton, organic linen, organic wool, these are optimal for creating a truly low toxin home and one that's truly cozy and welcoming. Many natural textiles are a warm tone that are very inviting, and it's a great addition to natural wood elements of the home too, which can complement each other without adding toxins to your space. You can think about upholstery, pillows, throws, rugs, window treatments that can all be low toxin natural options. You can also use essential oils. So I love Plant Therapy for my oils because I can get organic essential oils that are third-party tested. I diffuse them just about every day to create a calm and peaceful home. You can also use like a more natural diffuser. Plant Therapy has a TerraFuse diffuser, which is absolutely perfect if you kind of like that soft look. I use one that has a natural golden kind of light in it in my home that I have linked this week in the blog post. Another idea is to try a salt lamp. So a while back, I did a post on the benefits of salt lamps in your home and what they do to the indoor air. They're perfect for improving indoor air quality, and also they're a good alternative to blue tinted lights. It's a very soft light that has a red hue. It's perfect for a space that you want to incorporate some of these tactics and ideas in. I have linked in this week's blog post the salt lamp that we use at our house for you. The next idea is to get rid of excess stuff. So keep only the things that you have that have meaning for you in your space. It might be kind of worth it to use the Marie Kondo method to do this. If something just isn't bringing you joy, it might be time to let it go. Keeping things that only make you feel good inside and can help create that natural cozy feel that Hygge is meant to invoke can be perfect. I have a declutter checklist on my blog post this week that you can download. It's towards the end of the post for you. The next idea is to add some houseplants. So this is not only a great way to add natural elements that make your space happy and homey, but it's also a way to help improve your indoor air quality. Plants can be a great way to consume more herbs too. And I have linked in this week's blog post which plants are best for which room of your house. This is another idea that I really love. I'm kind of a puzzle nerd, and so I'm all for creating a space in your house devoted to like puzzles or games. I'm also a mom of a 1-year-old, so I get that this just kind of might not be feasible. But if you can create a space in your house that is inviting to play games or do puzzles, you have created a space that is welcoming for more than just like a little bit. It's intended to be a space where you can spend a lot of time. I'm sharing on the blog this week some puzzle boards that I found on Etsy that are really great finds. The next idea is to add bookshelves with books. I have 2 little bookworms at home. I'm a lover of books myself. This has been an amazing addition to our home space. Keeping a bookshelf with books of all kinds on it, my girls will sit down and just read them, and they'll keep going back to the same books. We have reference books, kids books, how-to books, adult books, everything. I like to make kind of an eclectic mix meant for someone to kind of get lost in, and then just keep like a blanket nearby too, and that will definitely make them want to stay a little bit longer. So I'm going to share with you next some of my Hygge picks for healthy house items, and these are all linked on the blog this week. A lot of them are handmade, certified organic, very affordable, perfect for a home where you want to add some cozy elements. And then I also wanted to share with you some of my resources. I am sharing books, podcasts. I have a great Instagram account linked for you guys, a Pinterest page that has a lot of ideas on it. And then I'm also sharing with you Norli, which is this company that is like a subscription box for items that fit within this Hygge mold. And so this is all linked on the blog post this week. So if you are looking for those links, head to my blog post. The link is at the end of my video description, and you can get all kinds of additional ideas to create this welcoming feel in your own home. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you were able to take a little bit away from this concept and maybe apply it in your own home. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to send me a message here, leave a comment, or send me an email. Otherwise, I'll be back again next week with another healthy house tip on creating an indoor environment that supports your health and wellness.